Well, I want to begin tonight by having you help me to analyze a couple that I counseled. Now, don't worry if you've been seeing me because I've changed the names and the details to protect the innocent. But their names, for the sake of this illustration, are Bill and Sue. So I want you to help me to assess their situation. And the question that I have for you as you listen to them is, what's the problem? Counselor. Well, what brings you here, Bill? Bill. It's my wife, Sue. She nags at me all the time. She's always in a bad mood, and she never appreciates me. God knows I try to love her, but it's hard. I can't take it anymore. Counselor. Well, can you give me a specific example of something that happened recently? Yeah, take last Sunday. She's been knowing for almost a week I was going to go play golf Sunday afternoon with two of my supervisors at work and a guy from the church that I've been helping to disciple and helping him with his marriage. And she still gets all bent out of shape. She was angry all morning and complained that I never spend time with her and the kids. I work hard, and yes, I do play golf and hunt, but I'm a good provider, and I do things with her and the kids. She blows everything way out of proportion. So then anyway, I go play golf with a lot of guilt, I might add, and try to be there for this guy that I'm ministering to. I hardly enjoy myself. Then I rush right home when we're done so I can go to dinner with her and the kids, and she's furious because I'm a little late. Here I don't even stay and talk with the guys after the round and make an effort to rush home, and she doesn't even appreciate it. She stayed mad at me all night. Now, what's the problem, according to Bill? Well, it's definitely her. I mean, but what about her? She nags. She's in a bad mood all the time. She never appreciates him. She doesn't listen because obviously she's been knowing that he had this planned all week, so she didn't listen. And then he says she gets bent out of shape. So she's obviously rigid and perfectionistic. Everything's got to be just so. If anything gets out of whack, she throws a hissy fit. Then she was angry all morning. She complains. So she's a complainer. She's got a negative attitude. She's jealous, maybe, of him getting to go play golf, and she has to stay home with the kids. She blows everything out of proportion. She's angry all morning, so she's pouting. She's guilt-tripping him. She's giving him the cold shoulder. She's manipulating him. Then, he says she's furious when he gets there a little late, so she's got a temper. And then he says at the end again, she doesn't even appreciate it, so she's ungrateful. And obviously she doesn't care about the Great Commission because he's trying to disciple some guy. He would probably say she's not submissive and that she's bitter and resentful because she's angry throughout this thing. She's angry all the time. Amen? Well, let's hear Sue's story. The real story. Sue comes in to see me, not waiting for the counselor to ask her anything. Well, I guess Bill told you I'm the problem. He always makes me out to be the wicked witch, and he always comes out looking like the good guy, especially at work and at church. But they don't have to live with him like me and the kids. Oh, and he probably told you I'm angry all the time. He tells me that, but I think there's a reason for it. He never wants to look at what he does that makes me angry. Counselor, can you give some examples? For one, he's so selfish. All he thinks about is himself. He arranges his life around his priorities and not mine and the kids. We're always slighted. I feel like I've got to beg or coerce him to do things with me and the kids. Counselor, Bill told me y'all had somewhat of a conflict on Sunday about him going to play golf. Oh yeah, perfect example. He had been promising to do something with me and the kids and to reserve some Sundays for the family, to rest and to be together, like we're supposed to. We agreed we need to give the kids more time and attention. We were going to go to lunch together, then spend some time out by the pool as a family all afternoon. Then we were going to take our oldest daughter, who just graduated, out to eat that night at 6 p.m. We had talked about it and agreed to it. Well, early in the week, he starts crawfishing and mentioned a possible golf game on Sunday. I didn't say anything. He always does this. Then Saturday night, he says he really has to go. That two of the supervisors at work want him to go, plus Joe, this guy he's supposedly ministering to, needs him. Mr. Bienvenu, I question how much ministry is really going on. Counselor, well, what did you say? How did you respond? I said, whatever, do what you want. You always do. He said he felt he had to, and he offered to still get back early for dinner, and that we'd do lunch and the pool thing the next weekend, that he didn't think the kids really wanted to do it anyway. Well, they follow his lead. He and I talked about the family needing this. He agreed. He always makes promises and then breaks them. Then he's 45 minutes late getting home from the golf, and he doesn't even call. He doesn't care about my feelings. All he cares about is himself. You're darn right I'm angry, but I think I have a right to be.